I'm going to take the time usually devoted to talking about more lighthearted travel news and talk about a personal experience with the hopes that what my family and I just went through can help anyone who's planning to visit the United States from another country. Under the current administration, it's no secret that there's a push to stop people from coming to this country because of fear that they may end up on public support or they may be taking jobs away from Americans. But it's not being discussed that maybe, just maybe, these travelers are coming just to visit, to see family, and to tour. Now, the definition of the word tourism literally means the business of attracting, accommodating, and entertaining tourists. And the booming economy that certain people are talking about relies quite a bit on the business of tourism. In 2018, domestic and international travelers spent nearly $1.1 trillion in the United States. That spending directly supported 8.9 million jobs, generated $268 billion in payroll income, and $171 billion in tax revenues for federal, state, and local governments.
Right.
Now, before we even get into what happened to my family, that itself should send a message that tourism is important.
We need tourists, and we should do everything to keep tourism growing, not cause it to shrink.
Right, exactly. Now, with that said, my sister-in-law and her aunt were due to visit for the Thanksgiving holiday, and upon landing here from Colombia, they were selected for a secondary screening at Washington Dulles Airport. The agents interrogated them for 4.5 hours without a reason, although it was clear they were in search of one. Now, upon coming to this country, my sister-in-law and aunt were required to have proof of several things, according to the latest information available. Among them are $100 a day. They also needed a return plane ticket, a valid visa and passport, and the address of where they would be staying. They had all of these things, and yet my family members were accused of everything from drug and human trafficking to being sex workers. They were also told that if they lied, their family in the US would be arrested. So they admitted to something they did not do to be allowed to leave and to protect their family. At the end of the day, their visas were canceled and they were sent back home because they were given a choice: admit to doing something wrong or stay in detention until you do. In the case of our family members, they were not allowed contact with anyone, not even myself or my husband, even though we were at the airport waiting for hours.
It's really
it's
upsetting.
A big sigh.
Yeah.
Our family members were told so many lies that threatened myself and Juan that they admitted to anything just to make sure we were kept safe.
Yeah.
This isn't right.
Well, the fact that you're both speechless.
Yeah.
Well, my eyes are watering, and because
you know what?
just,
Every time I go through immigration as an American, and I'm already, uncomfortable.
Right.
Because you don't know, what's going to happen to you, and whether you're doing something wrong. You
Right.
feel like you
Right.
feel like you're doing something wrong when you're not, just because you're
Exactly.
being, scrutinized.
Exactly.
So I can only imagine what they felt.
Exactly.
But just that two women who had their family waiting for them on the other side weren't allowed any contact. We don't know what situation that they were put in.
And then they spent how many hours in confinement?
Oh,
or
they were
whatever?
there for about 24 hours.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is not right.
And we had asked, are they being fed? Are they together? I got those answers, but they didn't give it to Juan.
Yeah.
All right, so like I just mentioned, you'll be told many lies, and then you'll also be issued many threats against you and your family in hopes that it squeezes out an admission of wrongdoing. And you will probably feel a great deal of pressure, but don't admit to something you didn't do. And finally, do a hard reset on your phone or travel with a prepaid phone, because now they're allowed to go through your phone, look at your photos, and read your text messages.